What's up, guys? Mike here, down in the dungeon. I don't know if you remember from a previous video I did, but I had some swelling around my eye, like somebody punched me in the face. Well, I found out, or at least I think I found out what that is. I had some blood work done at the doctor, and it came back that I have a positive alpha-gal panel, which is just about the worst news that a man can receive, because basically what it is that I am allergic to all mammalian meat. So what that means is that I can no longer eat beef or pork. Let me rephrase it. I can eat it. I can still eat it, but if I do, it'll cause me to have symptoms and potentially get sick. And so it's almost like a autoimmune thing. It's an allergic reaction, but it acts kind of like an autoimmune kind of thing. I mean, it can attack your joints, it can attack all kinds of things. But the worst news is that I can't eat beef. I can't eat pork. Like, what the F, dude? That's fucking, I can't have a bacon cheeseburger. That's like one of the greatest foods on the planet. I cannot eat it. So now I'm stuck with chicken. Fucking chicken. Wow. I don't even like chicken, dude. I don't even like chicken. But apparently that's what I'm stuck eating. Chicken, turkey, fish. Yeah. So that sucks. Not only can I not eat those meats, but I'm supposed to cut out anything that's mammalian derived. So milk, which I'm not a big milk person anyway, but we're talking like all dairy. So cheese, butter, anything that's like comes from a mammal. So it's like I'm almost vegan. Almost. Wow, dude, wow. I just got the news yesterday, and I don't even think that it's fully hit me yet, because I haven't I'm not like craving a burger, you know what I mean? But what's gonna happen when that happens? I'm gonna want a cheeseburger, and I'm not gonna be able to have one. When I go hiking, like anytime I've ever gone like on a long backpacking trip, it's like the number one food in my head is like a bacon cheeseburger. That's what I want when I get back, you know. And now it's like no more Five Guys for me. So anyway, that sucks, but I'll deal with it. I like change. It's, like that. So, but I don't like chicken. So I got to figure out ways to like cook chicken that I'll actually like. Oh God, it's awful. Not a huge fan of fish either. I mean, I like fish, but I don't live near the coast. We don't really have fresh fish around here. So, it's bad. It's bad. But anyway, so that's not what this video is about. This video is actually about something. I'll try to make this quick. So, I'm watching a TV show, and it took me a little while to get into the TV show, but it's a lot deeper than the actors. I'm highly critical of things that I watch. I actually think that I'm a pretty good critic, actually. Production quality, etc., right? Like, we watched a movie recently that I thought the movie was very well done. The cinematography was excellent. I thought that the characters, the acting was superb. I thought that the storyline itself was great, and I thought that it was great. But I didn't understand the point of the fucking movie. I didn't understand what the movie was trying to tell me, and so the whole thing seemed great, except for the fact that I didn't really come away from it with anything. Like, I will probably never watch that movie again, because it wasn't somehow, it didn't it wasn't really impactful at all, or didn't really leave me wondering or anything like that. After, it didn't leave me with some impression like, oh, this is so profound. Nothing like that. But anyway, we're watching this TV show. This is a different thing TV show, but and so it's pretty good. I mean, like, TV shows are harder a little bit. I'm probably a little bit more lenient on a TV show than I would a movie, because of, like, it's long. It's so long. So maybe we don't have the greatest CGI or whatever. But what TV shows should be good at is character development, and what they should be good at is well, I don't know if they would necessarily be good at it, but, like, I'm really critical of actors. So there's, like, this TV show we're watching, and of all of the people that are in the TV show, like, I kind of like one character, Usually for me to really get into something, I have to, really actually like and admire a character, but it's not really like that in this one. And I think it's kind of busy. They got a lot going on in the storyline, and maybe that I think you can do too much and then not have enough time to develop your characters. But regardless, I still like the TV show, and it has a lot of profound, deep, meaningful things in there that it's trying to convey. It's just not really doing them all that great. But when you sit down and think about it, you're like, holy crap. So this is the question. If you say, for example, there's an alien race that is coming to destroy the earth, okay? And you have to convince them, not to destroy the earth, to destroy humanity. You have to convince them that humanity is worth saving. What do you tell them? What do you tell them? Right? They're coming, they're going to kill us all because they believe that we're bad. Not because they believe we're inferior necessarily, but they believe that we're morally reprehensible, I guess, right? Or we're dangerous, etc. So what do you say to them to convince them not to wipe out humanity? Like, what are the redeeming qualities of humanity that you would want to stick around, right? And so when that question, when it first pops in my brain, I'm like, well, children, man, the children are wonderful, right? And that's good. Like, I think if you're a human and you understand that, but the thing is that the children grow up to be adults, and we've all seen what adults can do. So it's not a really good argument, no matter how heartfelt it is, or how good of an argument that seems to us. And this wouldn't be a good argument to an alien species, because they don't see children. They see a bunch of potential adults, who do heinous things, because we do heinous things. We're doing them right now overseas, but that's a different story. Okay, so that's not a good argument. And then I thought, well, how would you communicate our art or our philanthropy, or like the things that you could actually say, hey, humans do good things. There's some humans that do good things. How would you communicate that? And I couldn't really think of a good way to communicate. It would be so convoluted. And so I really couldn't come up with anything. Like, I couldn't come up with a good reason to save humanity. I couldn't. So I turned to AI because I've been trying to implement AI more in my life, because I feel like it's like inevitably coming. And so you can either, to me, I'm a big one of like, okay, like I need to study even if you look at it adversarial, right? I need to study that. I need to know as much as I possibly can about it. And that's sort of my view for AI. Not necessarily that it's nefarious, but that I need to know as much about it as possible. Because what? I mean, in case what if it is, right? And, there's also scientists right now, the creators of AI, are trying, everybody's afraid of AI because they think we have such a negative view of humanity. I mean, even myself, I can't think of a reason to save us. Okay. that they're trying to somehow figure out a way to program in the AI a sort of a sympathetic nature towards humanity, or a goodwill towards men, like a way for AI to sort of understand and integrate the importance of man so that they don't kill us all. Okay, this is actually a thing that's going on right now. Okay, and they're not doing a good job of it, not at least from what I've seen. But I asked the AI yesterday. I was like, look, AI, if the aliens were coming, what would you do what would you tell them about humanity that might save us? And its first couple arguments were not good. They weren't really good. Oh, man's been around forever. It's the most adaptable species and all this stuff, and it's like, those aren't really good answers, right? We need to get deeper, right? There needs to be something, right? Think about, and I think actually for the TV show, this is my theory anyway, is that the aliens are actually AI based. So this all kind of ties together. So if I can convince AI, right, an analytic machine, that humanity is worth preserving, then maybe I could do the same for an alien species. So this is what I was trying to figure out with the AI. Like, how do we save humanity? What's the redeeming qualities of humanity that are worth saving? And there aren't many, but there is a major one. There's a major one that I didn't think about that AI actually brought up, and I think it might be the answer. So it's this. In an AI system, okay, in a perfect analytical society, say utopia, right? So if you go back and you watch the movie The Matrix, they said that the first Matrix they made it too perfect. They made it too perfect, and it didn't work because it was too perfect. Okay, now think of an AI derived society. Okay, we're gonna be very let's just say that every T will be crossed and every I will be dotted and everything will be literally perfect. Well, the problem with those systems is they're very rigid, and they're not very good at change or predicting the future. Okay, so they can get stagnant. The AI bot that I was talking to yesterday said that, well, AI societies may become stagnant. And I was like, well, can you make a case for why stagnation is bad? Right? I mean, if you achieve utopia, wouldn't you want to, you just stay there, right? How do you improve utopia, right? But the thing is that the AI said that what you need is chaos. You need to introduce a little bit of chaos into the system to keep the system on its toes and to keep the system continually adapting to new stimulus and new threats. So that's where we come in, right? Because we're full of fucking chaos. We're fucking full of it. We are chaos on two legs, okay? It's literally our negative qualities that could potentially save humanity in the future. The fact that we are so chaotic and so unpredictable and so likely to hit the nuclear button or whatever it is, right? The fact that we are so chaos, it's our redeeming quality because we continue to introduce new information into the system for it that it has to adapt to. Isn't that wild? Isn't it wild that our chaotic nature is actually our saving grace when it comes to higher level consciousness? I don't even really know what to say about that. I mean, I guess we're good. We're saved. We're saved because we're awful. But yeah, I don't really know where to go with that. But you can see it. One of the things that the AI said, that you can see it in gene variation. So you can literally see it in evolution. So you see it in gene variation. Gene mutation is sort of the introductory of introducing sort of chaos into the system is these gene variants. and that's how we've evolved. You know, you could say, natural selection or whatever you want to say. But man, how crazy! Why does my nose always itch when I do these videos? It's just so. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. You know, it's not the fact that we love, it's not the fact that we care for things, and it's not the fact that we produce art or, that we innovate, that we're adaptable. It's not our children. It's not all of the things that you think make humanity great. It's actually the things that we consider to be negative that are actually our redeeming qualities. Anyway, so think about it for yourself. Think about, maybe you disagree. Maybe you don't agree with me and the AI, but, I hadn't thought of chaos, but it sure does. It seems to answer the problem. That's even in The Matrix. What was that, back in the late 90s, early 2000s when that movie came out? This was really before AI took off, and they already sort of had it figured out that utopia doesn't work. That there has to be a level of just a level of bad, evil, chaos, whatever it is. In the Bible, that sounded country, didn't it? In the Bible. No, that was worse. Bible. In the Bible, in the very beginning, God hovers over the face of the deep, and a lot of people, they'll say that God brings order out of chaos. But maybe it's the chaos that really makes us who we are.